again, my name's Gabe Zolna. You know, we're all waiting to hear what this special group of 8 senators are going to come up with as far as immigration reform is concerned. And it sounds like a lot of them believe that what has to happen initially is that the borders have to be protected. You know what's amazing is that that's something that I don't think can be accomplished. You know, there's no way you're going to shut down thousands and thousands of miles of border and prevent people from coming into this country illegally, especially when at the same time our administration is running ads in Mexico. And you know what the ads are offering? Well, they're offering food stamps. Yeah. Now, why would we be running ads in Mexico to offer food stamps? I mean, does that make any sense to anyone? Especially when our borders are as porous as they are? So it's almost like a catch-22. If securing the border has to come first, and we know we can't really secure the border. I mean, the only way the border could even be remotely secured is if we brought our military back from all over the world and lined them up, shoulder to shoulder, along the border between Mexico and the United States. What are the chances of that happening? 0. What are the chances of securing the border? 0. What are the chances of some form of amnesty being granted? I'd say probably 100%. Yeah, they're going to come up with some kind of an excuse, you know. And I don't fault people that were brought here illegally. But they were brought here illegally, you know. If you commit a crime, you can't change the fact that you committed a crime, can you? So why are these people that came here illegally, whether they were brought as a young age or whether they, you know, there's no way of telling how long they've been here because we don't know when they got here. And again, why would our administration be running ads in Mexico offering food stamps? The only thing that the Mexicans have to do to get those food stamps is to cross the border. Now that explains why there's a dramatic influx of illegals crossing our borders. And at the same time, due to the sequestration, guess what we're doing? We're cutting back on border security. So you've got these senators, you know, the elitist, they're sitting there saying, well, we've got to secure the border, and at the same time, the resources that are on the border, which aren't even remotely adequate, are being reduced due to sequestration. Does that make any sense to you? It certainly doesn't make any sense to me. And you take a look at the amount of money that Bozo is giving to our enemies. I mean, it's mind-boggling. And they don't have enough money to allow tours to take place in the White House. Personally, I don't see why anyone would want to go on a tour in the White House with the present occupier being in the White House. You know, I love it when you see him coming off the helicopter. He's always waving, you know. And when he comes down the Air Force One steps, he's sort of running like he's some kind of a stud athlete. You know what I mean? I was hoping he'd actually trip and splatter his face all over at the bottom of the stairs, but that hasn't happened yet. You can't have everything that you hope for, I guess, huh? Anyway, I just think it's really amazing that the senators can keep pretending that they're doing something when they're really not, you know? Because anything that they might want to try to do, well, that's being pushed aside by what Obama is doing, like running those ads in Mexico. Now, if you were a Mexican, you know, and you didn't have a whole lot going for you, and you saw an ad, come to America, we give you food stamps, what are you going to do? Well, that's what they're doing. Yeah. And, you know what's really disgusting? Is that these elitists think that they're above the law, and in reality, they are above the law. If we had an attorney general that wasn't crooked and corrupt, do you not think that there'd be arrest warrants out for Hillary Rodham Clinton for having perjured herself I mean, she clearly perjured herself. Would there not be like an investigation? Would a grand jury not be convened to determine the extent of her crimes? I think so. What do you think is going to happen to her? Well, I think the same thing that happened to Billy Bob, you know? Nothing. I mean, he lied to the Congress, he lied to the American people, he lied to everyone. And he got off because, again, in his mind, getting a blowjob is not having sex. Well, what is it, having a peanut butter sandwich? Anyway, you know, I just think it's disgusting, I guess is the term that I want to use, that our country has sunk as low as it has because of someone in the White House that has no legitimate right to be there. And all it would take is one senator or one congressman to honor their oath to protect the American people from all enemies, both foreign and domestic. Stand up on the Senate floor or stand up in the House chamber and demand that Obama releases records. Will that happen? I highly doubt it. Why? Because they're all dishonorable. That's what they all are. Yeah, there's not one that'll honor their oath. We made them elitists. We put them on a pedestal. And what do? They treat us like we're lepers, you know? They want nothing to do with us. The only time they want something to do with us is when it comes time for them to be reelected. But I think that's all over. I think we had our last election, if that's what you want to call it, due to all the fraud with the absentee ballots, due to the Chicago machinery never leaving the ground for the 4 years that Obama was playing president and picking up absentee ballots and signing them with the candidate of their choice. That's how Obama stole the White House. Probably the first time as well, but absolutely for certain the second time. And what's being done? Nothing. Everyone's terrified of him. Yeah, they are. Everyone is terrified. Who knows? Maybe God will intervene. He's the only one that can change the direction of this country. No one else can, because nobody else cares.